A week before they got married, I asked a couple, so where are you going for honeymoon? They said, we're going Maldives for a week. I asked them, must be quite expensive. How much is the whole cost? They looked at each other and said, we have no idea. Said, who's paying for it? The boy asked the girl, your dad is paying for it? The girl looked at him and said, no, your dad is paying for it. And they both started laughing. They had no idea about any kind of expenses on the wedding either. Hi, my name is Davinder Singh, also known as Tony, and today I'm going to talk to you about the third stage of relationships. For the third stage of relationship, we have to be so mature to be able to understand relationships. We grew up watching movies where a guy looks at a girl from far and she's beautiful and I'm in love with her. And that became the definition of love for us. We didn't understand anything because even at the end of the movies, it says, and they lived happily ever after. So we thought, all the unhappiness that I have in my life, I want to eradicate it. And once I get married, everything will be happy hunky-dory. Good thinking, but let me break the ice for you. A lot of people don't have the right clues for why they're getting married. Some people say, if I wait too long, it'll be too late. Some people say wedding functions are so much fun. I will be able to dress up like a queen, like a king, dance so much. Spotlight will be on us. We'll be walking down the aisle and everybody will be looking at us. We want that. Some people just get tired of answering the questions of Auntie G's and Uncle G's who keep on asking you whenever they meet you. So when are you getting married? And you feel, hi. And parents feel the pressure even more. They pressure their children, please get married fast because I'm so tired of answering those questions. And people even get competitive. There's a phrase in Punjabi that says, "Tai di thi challi te main kyun reh jaun kalli." It means my cousin sister is getting married, so why should I stay behind? Everyone is getting married. And if I don't get married, means I am incomplete. Something is wrong with me. And that's exactly what we feel for our children. Everyone else's children are getting married. If my children are not married, hurry up. Find anybody. Just settle them down. This is one more reason that we have in our mind. We feel we should get married because we need to settle down. If you start thinking about it, your life just starts after that. There is no settling down in so many cases because if they are not settled down inside, how do you expect them to come together and then settle down? A lot of people are just bored. They feel they come back to an empty house. They don't have anything else to do, so they need entertainment. Get me a wife, get me a husband. Some of them choose life partners on such immature basis, I can't tell you. They look at a girl dancing in a wedding in some other function and they feel, kya baat hai, she dances so well, I want to marry her. Some girl looks at a guy with six packs and feels, I want to marry this guy because he's got amazing physique. All reasons are valid. But I wish the marriage has more mature reasons. Because when you look at somebody who has shared their love with each other and they're sharing their bliss with each other, as I said, Anand weds Anand. You look at that couple, you feel this is what I want. But without realizing, they are settled in themselves, individually. They're matured enough not to be a burden on each other. They don't own each other. They're not trying to change each other. Their marriage is not based on I'm trying to change you, you're trying to change me, and I'm trying to resist my ego and all that. They are just sharing their bliss. When you look at them and you feel, I need that. But what you haven't done is you haven't worked on yourself. We need maturity to be able to go into a lifetime of commitment. Here, a lot of people who get married have no idea about financial responsibilities. They have no idea what responsibilities are going to come after they get married. A lot of them are just getting married because parents are taking care of them. Good thing. Families are staying together, they are taking care of their children. But parents need to understand, they need to empower their children, that maturity, because they're not going to be here forever. I asked one of the boys, why do you want to get married? He gave me all these reasons. I want a good wife. I need a good mother for my children. I need a good daughter-in-law for my parents. I need somebody who can take care of my house. I need a good cook. All those reasons he gave me, and I was quiet. And he asked me, Virji, what are your reasons? Give me one reason that you think should be a good reason for getting married. I said, I don't know, beta, I just feel the day you say, I am matured enough to be a good husband for a girl, that day you're ready to get married. Marriage is about giving. It's not about expecting everything from the other, because if you are incomplete from inside, je tusi aap andron kache ho, as Guru Sahib says, chad paunde kache birhi jina kar na aayi. Those who haven't learned the ways of life in maturity, they don't have any bliss inside them. They're like those unripened fruits that fall off and they're bitter, unlike those fruits that naturally fall off because they are ripened. And the third law talks about har tijdi law man chao paya bairagiyan balram jiyo. In the third stage, there is an enthusiasm to share your bliss, to share your happiness with the other. But this comes from a very matured state of mind. Bairag means matured. So when you become bairag, means you have settled down within yourself. Imagine, this word is so importantly beautiful, settling down. But it is not that you will settle down because the other person has come in your life. Till you don't settle down inside and he or she doesn't settle down inside, this union will be incomplete. Around the world, we object to child marriages. I feel we should object to childish marriages. If people are marrying out of childish desires, just to be able to entertain themselves, I'm bored, I'm lonely, I'm alone. These are very selfish reasons, because you're only looking at yourself. A matured person is the one who's able to give rather than just hope to take. If both are able to come to that understanding, matured people will give rise to a matured home, a peaceful home. And this home will be able to bring about beautiful children. Otherwise, divorce rates around the world are scary. And when we talk about mental health illnesses, one of the prime reasons is that children have gone through homes, broken homes, where parents are fighting. And these childhood scars, what children go through, have such a bad effect on them, on their psyche, that they grow up to be unhealthy beings. And when I look at broken homes, I wish I could save. I wish I could intervene and say, these children did not deserve such mental tortures. Then when I rewind it and I say, I wish I could stop these immature people to get into a relationship, end up in a marriage, and then make the children suffer. And when I want to avoid the suffering of children around the world, the first thing that comes to mind is, please see to your maturity before you get married. If you have no idea what financial responsibilities are, ask yourself, are you ready to take the responsibility of a family? Some children even demand a very lavish wedding even if they can't afford it because everybody else is doing it. I'm not against the functions of wedding. I feel if you have the money, you should celebrate all the occasions of your life. But if you have to beg, borrow, or steal, if you have to take loans to celebrate the wedding functions and then pay the loans later, I'm so sorry to say, I doubt you're ready for marriage. Because marriage demands you to learn how to budget yourself, have savings, to be able to store it for the future. Your children need it. So many things are going to come up. But here we are in a haste just to get married for all the wrong reasons. And some of them, I don't even have an answer to them. If somebody comes and asks me, so if you are telling them to mature up, what if they mature up too late and then by that time they won't be able to find a partner? I don't have an answer to that. Scientifically, it is not good to have a child too late in your age. Agree. But then I would say you need to make your children more matured from the beginning. If you want them to get married at the age of 24, 25, 30, then their maturity has to start from a very early age. Then they need to be settled with themselves. Have we ever thought about that? They need to have that sense of bliss, to be content with themselves, happy on their own. They don't need an entertainment of the other person to come and complete them. Can we rear our children to come to that point of understanding and say, yes, once they reach a certain age of 24, 25, 30, they will be able to find the other person. And remember this, if you are matured enough, if you are settled within you, you will find somebody who is like that too. You will not just get married out of infatuation, not out of competition with other people. Just because other people are getting married and you feel that you will be left behind, those kind of silly thoughts won't be there. Then parents need to come up to that and say, we need to make our children more settled with themselves. Only then they will come to the age where they will be ready to settle down. So the first stage of understanding relationships is understanding righteousness, dharam. Second, learning how to sacrifice our ego, stubbornness, and apathy, trying to understand the other person's feelings, having the fear, the nirmal paw. And the third, our reasons of deciding something in life should come out of maturity, not out of the choices made by an immature mind. And if that happens, the journey will be so beautiful, so smooth. If you make the right choices out of maturity, and both are matured enough to be able to not be burden on each other, be a support, be blissful, and share each other's bliss, there is no reason to fight. There is no conflict. We will have misunderstandings, no doubt about that. But we will know how to handle them in a matured way, because our reasons now for doing everything in life will not be out of infatuation, they will be out of bliss. Thank you so much for listening. Ji, apologies for the mistakes. Gurfateh, Sat Sri Akal, Salam, Namaste. Thank you so much. See you again.